Hi, welcome to my next video. I thought that I would do a video on things I've received over the past sort of week. It's the first one I've done, but I've had a few interesting things this week, and I've also had a few things go wrong, so it's been quite an eventful week for me really. First of all, just to go through a rather big purchase as regards to an actual sort of physically big purchase. I actually went out on Monday and purchased myself a brand new monitor for one of my arcade cabs. There was nothing really majorly wrong with the monitor and that I was replacing, but it wasn't showing a really sharp image compared to some of the other monitors that I've got, and it's always something that bugged me. So I've been on a scour for the past, I suppose, 4 to 5 months really, and sort of and ahhing, sort of thinking whether or not it's worth actually replacing the monitor, because I have quite dear replacement monitors, and that is purely down to the fact that they're actually rare as regards to either getting second-hand ones and certainly getting brand new ones. They've actually stopped producing them, so to actually find a decent second-hand monitor that is a real crisp image and has got no screen burn on it, it's quite a chore really. I managed to locate a stock of brand new monitors, which are very rare in themselves, and you tend to pay a premium price. If you imagine a lot of the monitors that are in arcade cabinets now, especially in the home use, or in arcade use, have had quite a hard life. It'd be the same as having a TV, LCD, plasma, or whatever that's on sort of more or less 24/7. They get a lot of use. Something that's inherent on the old style CRTs is screen burn, where you get an image that's on the screen for a set period of time, and it actually etches itself into the screen. There's a phosphorus on the screen, so you can actually see it. Luckily I haven't got any of that on any of my monitors, but the one that I was looking to replace just wasn't as sharp, wasn't as clean and sharp as the other monitors I've got. And like I said, most people just think that it was absolutely fine, but when you've got other monitors that are really sharp next to it, it does look a bit out of sync. So anyway, I managed to locate a brand new monitor, which was an LG one. It was quite a bargain really in my eyes, and for the full monitor and for the conversion, so it would just plug straight to my cabinet and the appropriate mounting frame, it was just under £400, which is quite cheap, especially for a brand new one. For other brand new ones, there's a couple of models out there that you can currently get hold of, but they're very, very rare, and you're paying anywhere from £600 upwards. So this was a bargain really in that respect. 29-inch monitor, so very, very heavy, very heavy. I've got bruises all on my legs to prove it after humping it up the stairs and getting it into the back of the car, etc. But I got all that rigged up on Tuesday. I went to pick it up on Monday and got it all rigged up on Tuesday, and I'm really, really happy with the picture. It is it's really sharp, really nice, really sharp. So it matches all the other monitors I've got in the other cabinets now. So that's done. Now, unfortunately, when I was moving my cabinets around to get to the back of them to change monitors and so forth, you have to strip the top half of the cabinets down, the ones that I've got, to get monitors in and out. I was actually moving some of my cabinets around, so I got some space. And for some unknown strange reason, when I switched one of my other cabinets on that I wasn't replacing the monitor in, it stopped working. Well, it worked, but the actual image itself had got all lines on it, really weird. Managed to possibly locate it down to the chassis in the monitor, or on the monitor, which is basically a big circuit board, and that's what does all the clever stuff before it actually sends the image through to the tube itself. Now, because I'd actually got a spare complete monitor now, the one that I'd taken out. I looked at swapping the chassis over, and I managed to do that after a bit of a palaver because of the process you have to go through to actually do that. To take the chassis out, you have to discharge the CRT, which can hold up to sort of 50,000 volts. So you have to make up a discharge tool to actually discharge that voltage from the tube. It's quite a scary thing to do. It's the first time I've ever done it. And I think just the thought of having 50,000 volts shot through you, it's like, oh, I've got to do this right. Anyway, I managed to do all that. It was all pretty sort of much of a non-event really as regards to sort of what actually happens when you discharge it. So I'm glad I've done that anyway, because at least I can do that with more confidence now in future, and it won't bother me. But I managed to swap the chassis over, and that all worked fine, and the monitor's back to normal now. So at least I've got everything sort of back to how it was, and I've obviously got this brand new monitor. The brand new one that I bought is in the Naomi machine, one of the Naomi machines that I've got, in vertical mode. So that will get a fair bit of beating in the future. Obviously with the Xbox 360s that I've recently bought, and obviously all the shooters that I've got. So that was one of the prime reasons to actually change that monitor over, sort of to ensure I was getting as crisper image as possible on my vertical machine. And I've just been playing with that over the past couple of days to get all that set up, and I'm really happy with the results. It's really good image, and hopefully that will come out on some of the gameplay reviews that I intend to do over the next week or so. I've really got to get my backside into gear and get some of those done, because they'll look really good on that monitor. Sort of second thing that I've bought this week, nothing major really, but I've been gagging to get hold of Afterburner Climax. It was released this week on both the Xbox 360 and on the PS3 as part of the download stores, and I played it. I played the demo version on the 360, and the day it was released, and it was actually released the day before the PlayStation 3 version for whatever reason, I don't know. It looks like it's exactly the same as the recent arcade version. I say recent, I'm not actually sure when it came out, that version of Afterburner in the arcades, but it was over the past, I don't know, 3 years or something. It was brought out 3 or 4 years. And it's actually a HD game in the arcade, so it's an ideal game to port over to a new generation console, because obviously they're HD as well. So after playing the demo very quickly, I thought, yeah, that's fine, that seems to play okay. So I actually downloaded it and paid for it on the PlayStation 3, because that's the console that I've got installed in my HD arcade cabinet. So it's perfect for that really. So I'll enjoy giving that a bit of a thrashing over the next couple of weeks, and I'll try and get some video of that. It looks really nice on the arcade cabinet with a HD LCD screen, and it looks really good. I suppose just a small mention really about the Xbox 360. I put in a pre-order for Ketsui, which was released last week, or this week, just gone. Now, because of issues with the volcano that's erupted, certain deliveries have been delayed, and the supplier that I bought Ketsui off, they've had a delay on shipment, but they're looking to get it between Monday and Wednesday of this coming week. So I should get that sort of either by the middle of this coming week or by the weekend. I'm really looking forward to that. After looking at some of the gameplay videos that are already on YouTube, it looks absolutely manic. It really does. So again, I will get a gameplay video of that, of how it plays, etc., and how it looks. I mean, it looks absolutely awesome. So, and all the reviews that I've read and seen so far say it's absolutely brilliant. It really is a good game, and it's a real good conversion, which is quite pleasing. And that's about it really.